we've got a selection of bricks and blocks, we've got an angle grinder at the ready, and in today's video we're going to be putting Grindermate to the test. Hello and welcome to the channel. For this video I've managed to get my hands on a Metex Grindermate. So if it doesn't look familiar, that's probably because it isn't. It's literally just come on the market. This is the first opportunity I've had to get my hands on it, and today I'm going to be trying it out. The manufacturer Metex state it's a safe and accurate cutting jig for brick and block paving. We want to see if it makes the job easier, more accurate and safer. With safety in mind, before we do any cutting, let's sort out the PPE. So we're all set up, and before we start cutting any blocks, first I want to have a look over the product itself. It's plastic, but obviously different grades of plastic, and this is a very tough, durable piece of plastic. If you look around the base, actually, it's got these kind of spikes running around the bottom, and as long as you find a nice stable bit of ground, those spikes are going to hold it nicely in position, so that isn't going to move. Now, I saw this product for the first time on the SkillBuilder YouTube channel, and initially I kind of thought, well, I'll probably cut through that in the first go, but I don't want to prejudge things. I wanted to give it a go myself, so I've got a selection of bricks here. We can chop them and see if it actually makes the job easier. So packaging off. To be honest with you, this is probably the best this thing's ever going to look, because once you start dragging bricks and blocks across it, it's probably never going to look as new as this again. These bricks are smaller than these standard bricks, so you're not going to be able to put one of these standard bricks in the corner here and cut it in half, because obviously the half is there and you're going to end up hitting the plastic. That is specifically for block paving for driveways in the corner there. However, it's got two more slots you can see here to allow for the blade to pass, so we can either mark up the brick and we can put it in the center, or we can put it on the side. The plastic is actually shaped here to allow you to do 45-degree angles, and also it's got 45 degrees here and 45 degrees here to give you basically a line to line the brick up. And the way this is shaped means that the corner of the brick sits really neatly in the corner there. Now, with the safety aspect on the packaging, it also says it prevents toe holding. So if you're like me, you probably cut a block by putting the toe of your safety boot to pin the brick down in position while you're chopping with an angle grinder. It's obviously not a good idea to have a part of your body anywhere near a spinning blade like that. Angle grinders are particularly dangerous. If this can actually hold the brick in position securely while you're cutting, for me that kind of got to be a bonus, really. So if I get a pencil, I'm going to start marking these up and we can get the angle grinder going. So we're just going to be marking the bricks, halfway point on the bricks, and then on these we're going to be marking 45s. 45. Okay, so the other interesting thing that I've noticed from this is that it's actually got grooves down here. So when you're cutting bricks, this should allow then the brick dust to actually pass into the channels, and then you can kind of empty it out rather than it getting caught in the edge here and not allowing you to put the brick firmly back against these guides here. So we've marked up the bricks. With that done, I want to start chopping. little kind of teeth that it's got in the base of it, I mean, it doesn't move. It didn't move at all. The bricks shifted a little bit, particularly when I was doing the 45-degree cuts. There's a little bit of movement there, but if you're doing the half cuts, like those ones there, and the blade is cutting and pulling them against this, no, I found it's good. It's keeping your foot away from the blade, so for that it's brilliant. I mean, I've got it now, so I think it's around £30. I'll put the information up on the screen, but for that I think it's pretty good, rather than sort of balancing it on blocks or putting your foot anywhere near it. That's the key. It's the safety aspect of it, and the fact is it's so light. It's got a little handle there, so you can just carry it around, chuck it down on the site, and yeah, it lets you do half brick cuts really quick. And a bit of practice I think I need doing the 45-degree cuts, but essentially, I mean, it did it. I know I cut a little bit into here. You can see I've got a little bit of damage on here, but that's just my carelessness with the angle grinder. But as far as the channels are concerned, the brick dust went into those. It wasn't in the way. Nice, and kept the sort of surface nice and clear and flat for you to put the bricks. But one thing I'm curious about is these holes here. I didn't see anything on the instructions about those. I mean, I'll try and be careful and look after it, but I think if you were lending it out to other people, I think it would come back cut in half. I've always found jigs useful in my carpentry work, so the idea of using a jig to cut bricks and blocks makes sense. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and while you're there, subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any future content.